Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Splitter Ice 232. Welcome back to another one of my vlogs that I have neglected for quite a while. So, this video is going to be about my hopes for what Titanfall 3 will bring to the Titanfall community. And I want to see, I want to tell you about what I hope that Titanfall 3 brings to the die-hard players like me. So first things first is weapon adversity. So what I mean by that is Titanfall 2 has had a lot of weapon diversity coming from the first game, which had only like maybe 12 weapons, I think, but now there's like probably not more than maybe 25, but we got to see a lot more diversity in weapons, like the Volt, the Double Take, the Devotion. Basically, what Respawn did is that they introduced energy-based projectile weapons, even though the Volt is not projectile-based, which I thought it was for the longest time. Anyway, they brought that in, so suddenly the Kraber is not the only projectile-based weapon in the entire game. So that was something that they did right. But one thing that I think they kind of lacked on was the amount of diversity that the weapons had. Like, we had like over 25 weapons or something like that. But two of them were reskins of the R101 and the Wingman Elite. To be honest, we didn't need those. I know that they're both amazing weapons, don't get me wrong, but to be honest, we didn't really need them. Like, it was a reskin, if anything. But one thing that I hope is that they bring more diverse weapons. Like, I want more sniper rifles. Like not just the Kraber, not just DMR, which needs to get buffed, by the way. Respawn, I'm looking at you. And the Double Take. I would like to see those three, of course, but maybe like bring in two more. Like, have one be a bolt action, but have it be a hit scan. Like, I know that's very COD-ish, but that's not what I'm getting to. But one thing I would like to see is a bolt action hit scan weapon. Another thing that I would love to see in Titanfall 3 is a Tommy gun. For those of you who know me on a personal level, and those of you who have gamed with me in Call of Duty World War II, the Tommy gun is my favorite gun ever. So what I would love to see is a Tommy gun based submachine gun. that whether it be hit scan based or projectile based, it doesn't matter. Like, I would love to see that. Like, as far as the assault rifles go, I don't think we need more than what we have now. Like, I don't think we have a projectile based assault rifle, but I don't think we need one. So just yeah. Shotguns. I think we need like a lot more shotguns because we have the fully auto, the EVA. We have the Mastiff, which is a projectile-based shotgun, which I would never have thought of. Good job. Good job for that. But we haven't seen a pump action, which I know a lot of the Titanfall community, at least from posts I've seen, a lot of them have wanted a pump action, and the EVA is not a pump action. It's a fully auto shotgun. And there's nothing wrong with that. Grenadier weapons, I think we're like pretty much good. Pistols, I think we're good. Anti-Titan weapons are like they basically came from the first game, except for the Thunderbolt, which is the only new anti-Titan weapon that we've seen. But so moving on from weapons, with the Titans, I would like to see new Titans, if at all possible. Like maybe like as a DLC thing. Bring back one Titan that everyone had played as or everyone had loved, like say Scorch or Ronin or Legion or whatever. Bring back one Titan from DLC, but keep in the potentially new Titans in the third game. Like, I would love to see new Titans. Like, love to see it. What Iniquity said, like a melee Titan, specifically, which would be, I don't know how that would work, but okay. I think one thing I would like to see is like a rocket launcher Titan, or at least like if you know the Titan weapon from the first game, the triple threat, it fired grenades and then they exploded after like maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and that was like devastating, which was fantastic. So probably that would be a good Titan, but keep the chassis like the Atlas chassis, the Ogre chassis, and the Strider chassis, but make like 6 new Titans. But when a DLC drop comes, bring in an old Titan from Titanfall 2 that unanimously everyone would agree on. And that would be like an amazing thing. Now, moving on from that, maps, more maps would be fantastic. I mean, the Titanfall 2 maps, I love, like, to be honest, I love, like, all the Titanfall 2 maps. I would love to see a lot more besides Glitch. Like, I love Glitch. Do not get me wrong. I love Glitch. But every DLC, we got an old map that, like, yes, we all knew and loved. Maybe not Relic, but that we all knew and loved. But it was returning, so you were basically mashing Titanfall 1 with Titanfall 2, and it lacked variety. Like, more maps would be fantastic. Like, Glitch was a masterpiece. If we could have, like, more, like, wall running based maps, like, and like I know that Live Fire got a lot of new maps, but why just Live Fire? Like, why just pin it down to Live Fire? Like, I thought that UMA or UMA or whatever would be a fantastic, like, attrition base if it was a larger map and not just, like, I'm trying, like on a scale, it was like Glitch, but, like, smaller, much smaller than Glitch was. But more maps would be fantastic. Like, yes, you can bring in an old map, just don't bring in all the old maps. Like, to be honest, that got really annoying, that you were bringing back old maps. So, moving on from that one, the pilot tacticals was a great idea, which I think we should keep it. Like, maybe, like, add more, maybe, but don't think that that the pilot tacticals were a bad idea. Like, that concept was a great idea. But maybe, like, add, like, 3 more or 2 more or whatever. Like, have some diversity. Like, we all know the 6 or the 6 or 7 pilot tacticals we have, and that was a great addition. But in Titanfall 3, I think adding 2 more, or, like, maybe even 1 would be great. Now one thing that the community is very, like, separated in is having competitive Titanfall, like COD competitive, but people are very against that for some reason. I don't see the problem, because, like, how get so much more people to play the game, to get into ranked matches, to form clans or join clans like Optic or FaZe or Cloud9 or whatever like that. If you got, like competitive COD, competitive Titanfall would be a fantastic idea, in my opinion. But you guys might not think like me. But But again, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. But going against that statement, I don't think. And this is another issue. I don't think skill-based matchmaking should be a thing in Titanfall 3. Like in Titanfall 2, skill-based matchmaking is non-existent. Like, and I want it to keep that way, because to be honest, if we did skill-based matchmaking, you'd be labeling players, and I know players don't want to be labeled as below average or above average, because that would literally be who you're playing with. Like say you're like an above average player, you're going to be playing with above average players, of course. Like Iniquity, Ishii, Butterbar, me, Seagrave, like all of us, like above average players, will be playing with each other. And then the average players will be playing average players, of course. But then the below average players who are below average would be playing with sucky players like them, potentially campy players, which I hate campers with a fiery passion, but you would literally be grouping them into a lower than average player base. No one wants to be labeled as below average players. No one wants to be labeled like that. But if nothing else can be unanimously voted on, like competitive or skill-based matchmaking, then bring back the rank chip. Like, that was a fantastic idea in Titanfall 1. Like, that was a fantastic idea. So if we can't agree on competitive or skill-based, then bring back the ranking chip. Like, I bet you the Titanfall community will find a way to make it competitive. We will find a way. We always do. We pilots know how to make it competitive. I mean, we play private matches every day. Well, at least the players on PS4. We play private matches every day, and they're like scrimming. But basically, do not bring in skill-based matchmaking. I would like to see competitive, but if we can't have either of them, then bring back a rank chip. Like, I loved doing missions to try and reach the next rank, and it felt so rewarding. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up my my thoughts on Titanfall 3. One more thing is that the release date should be a time where no other big games are coming out. So say like if COD Black Ops 4 is like in spring, which it probably is, spring of 2000 whatever, then bring Titanfall 3 out in like the summer or in the fall of 2019, which I'm pretty sure is when Titanfall 3 is going to drop. It's going to drop at like in 2019. It's like it's not going to be 2018, I'm sad to say, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be 2018. It's going to be 2019. It's going to be. But make the release date like away from upcoming big games. Like the reason why Titanfall 2 didn't do as great is because it was released around the time that Black Ops 3 was like in its 4th month or something like that, and Infinite Warfare was released like at the same time as Titanfall 2, or at least around the same time as Titanfall 2. Like Titanfall 2, and I mean this in the utmost affection, I love Titanfall 2 and the Titanfall franchise. I love it. It's my favorite game. I'll never stop playing it. It's my favorite game. Titanfall cannot compare to COD. Like in player base or in sale base, it will not compare because like World War II alone got like 6 million buys or something like that, and Titanfall got like 100,000. But Titanfall was released around the time of either Black Ops 3 or Infinite Warfare. Titanfall can't compare in sales with COD, even though Titanfall is the superior game. In sale base, it can't compare. But if they released it, if Respawn released it in a part of the season that COD Black Ops 4 or whatever the new title is, if they just let COD be their own thing, let it get old, and then release Titanfall 3 in the fall or the winter or whatever. Just don't pair it up. Just don't pair up the release dates with a COD game because Titanfall 3 in sales will not compare. In gameplay, it's the superior game. In sales, it's not. So release it on a date where there are no upcoming games or no hyped games, and that Titanfall 3 will have its own debut. So that's going to wrap it up for my thoughts on Titanfall 3, you guys. Make sure to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you haven't. Oh my goodness, sorry. And hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already and you don't know who I am. I play Titanfall 2, and I make videos as much as I can, and yeah, but make sure to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see all your gorgeous faces next video. See you later.